Time for another CD update. I missed doing these, and I very much did not plan to do one of these so early. But about a week or so ago, some of you probably know from like one of my updates, we went up to this used CD store called McKay's, and essentially I went up there and got like a good chunk of CDs, like 10 of them. It's a pretty decent haul, and I feel like sharing those with you. I got like some other CDs over there, but I'm gonna wait till more of those come in the mail. Two of them Flying Lotus related. One of them being the last Audioslave CD that I need to complete my Audioslave collection. By the way, if that Audioslave reunion has any significance that I've been hearing about, do let me know, because a new Audioslave CD I would not be against at all. My iPad's sliding over. Okay, I'm going to start with probably my favorite Bob Dylan album of all time, mind the stickers. Highway 61 Revisited. Actually, this is probably my favorite album ever made. Funny enough, because of how... What is this? Oh, okay. Because of how ambitious the songs get, how well put together all the songs are. Like a Rolling Stones on here, Desolation Rose on here. What else is on here? Ballad of a Thin Man, Tombstone Blues. Just like 9 tracks, but like going to almost an hour long of songs. It's fantastic. Lyrically and instrumentally, I'm glad I have this in my possession now instead of just having it digitally. But if you are getting into Bob Dylan, either look into that or look into Blonde on Blonde or something like that. Okay. On the subject of favorites in artists, I now am in possession of my favorite U2 album, Achtung Baby. This album has it's got One on it. Love Is Blindness, which didn't become a big deal until Jack White covered it, even though it's always been a beautiful song to me. What else is on here? Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses, Zoo Station, Even Better Than the Real Thing, things of that nature. But you two certainly come together as they drifted away from all their kind of pent-up, angry political style of lyricism. Not that I'm against that, but it's nice to see them going in a more abstract direction. Also, it's pretty good instrumentally. They're experimenting with things like industrial music, some hip-hop even, some other... I think ambience in here as well. Sorry, I slip of the tongue. Love Is Blindness itself experiments with like torch song type stuff, like the old French type thing. I don't know how to accurately describe it. A fantastic album. I recommend it to anyone who's been meaning to get into U2 to like check this out. Either that or War or Joshua Tree. Maybe War for starters. I don't know yet though. Okay. I'm also glad to have my favorite Smashing Pumpkins album on CD. Yeah, I saw this on Amazon for like really like expensive, like more expensive than what I ended up paying for, $7.95. But yeah, I think this is also a fantastic album. 128 minutes of Smashing Pumpkins with like playing around with things like shoegaze, hard rock. They play around with like symphony stuff. Some metal instances, I think. I definitely prefer this to my copy of Siamese Dream. I keep opening the same one, trying to show. Well, how do I open the? Okay, here we go. Okay, that CD's a little creepy. Oh no! What's this? What is that? Some weird ass. Okay. But yeah, do get into this if you ever have 2 hours to burn. I'd recommend getting into Siamese Dream first, otherwise you won't really see the point in like getting into this. But definitely my favorite Smashing Pumpkins album, not because of how many tracks are on it, but like the quality of all the tracks on it as well. Yeah, get into it. I think it's fantastic. Dig Me Out, Sleater-Kinney. This is essentially 90s punk rock with like, I think they were all female in the personnel. Hang on, let me see. Oh, there's lyrics. Cool. Yeah, they were an all female band. No bass, which is kind of weird. Even though I do think that the formula of there being 2 guitars and a drum to be interesting, like a lead guitar and a rhythm guitar, just 2 rhythm guitars, one countering the other, would be interesting. But it's weird that there was no bass on this album, and I'm just not used to it. But it's still pretty enjoyable. I might look into listening to this more than once at some point. I don't know. Do get into it though. It's a shame they're not around doing more music. Okay. Not my favorite Nine Inch Nails. The Fragile by Nine Inch Nails. Not really my favorite Nine Inch Nails album, even though it is in fact a double album and it's gonna take up 2 hours of your existence to listen to, like with the Smashing Pumpkins album. But I would definitely say it's my second favorite. Oh, these are lyrics. They're upside down. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Instead of like side A or side B, you have left side and right side. Like, yeah. That one's left. This one would be, right. Even though it's showing up the opposite way. But yeah, it's a lot of like, I guess it's not as aggressive as the Downward Spiral. But there's certainly a element of aggression, I guess, that most Nine Inch Nails releases has, and it certainly shows up here in quite a few moments. Quite a bit of it's instrumental, which is kind of weird. Not that I have a problem with that, but it's pretty great. I need to listen to it more. I just need 2 hours of free time more often. Binaural, Pearl Jam. I saw this when I was like actually looking for like No Code or Yield. Saw this and heard about like how it was recorded in a binaural format. Oh, is the booklet in here? No, what's in here? There's nothing in here. Huh, that's weird. But yeah, it was recorded in a binaural format to where like there's a higher emphasis on like the speakers. Like like when you're listening to it, it's supposed to sound like you're actually there in the studio. And it certainly does that. It's got a psychedelic twist on it, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, do look into this. It's not really blowing away my opinions of 10 or Vitology especially. But do get into it. It's a good album. Okay. My first Flaming Lips, my second Flaming Lips album, but my first on CD. This is Embryonic. I have no idea why the CD's not staying inside. Yeah, Embryonic. It's essentially some really abrasive, whack-ass space rock, psychedelic rock. Oh, there's lyrics in here. That's neat. That's certainly quite the trip to listen to. 70 hours of just that. I do prefer this to the other album I listened to, Flaming Lips and Hetty Fwens. But I think that's just because of how much more variety there is in here. But I wouldn't mind having a copy of Flaming Lips and Hetty Fwens at some point. Even though the version I have on my iPod is the vinyl edition that has like where the last track is a track featuring Chris Martin on it. But do look into this; it's fantastic. Okay. What's the name of the song again? Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie. I do like this more than Jagged Little Pill, but not by a whole lot. It's by Alanis Morissette. It's like there's definitely a lot of experimentation on this album in comparison to Jagged Little Pill, which I really like, as well as like weirder lyrics, more obscure lyrics. There's lyrics right here, and I like it quite a bit. But do look into both albums, Jagged Little Pill and Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie. The latter being more underrated because of how well known Jagged Little Pill. Oh shoot, I don't have much time left. Disintegration by The Cure. I listened to this a few hours ago. Robert Smith's definitely a great vocalist, but I do think I'm not gonna visit this all that often. I don't know why. Maybe just because I'm not that big of a Cure fan. These are notes. Yeah, lyrics. It's just so long. It is a very long album. It's only 70 minutes, but it's still but it still feels long. You know what I'm saying? But it's certainly post-punk and goth rock I like. I do like my Joy Division but more than that, but that's just me. Okay, and finally, probably my favorite of the haul, aside from Highway 61 Visited, Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. If you haven't listened to this, do listen to it. It's 88 minutes long, but it's well composed, well put together lyrically, well put together in general, and just without words to describe it, amazing. Especially since Stevie Wonder did all this, blind. Did all of his music blind, not just vocals and piano, but harmonica, every type of synth, as well as drums. He dubs it in his own drumming. Albeit playing the drums blind is probably easier than playing piano blind, but still, very impressive album. Okay, that's all of the haul. I'll do another one when I get more for the next video. Okay.